Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile video. Guys, today we are reviewing Circle of Shadow Kitana. As usual guys, please note the date when this video has been recorded because a lot of things may have changed since then. And if you're not familiar with the matrix I'm using in order to evaluate characters, you can find it on the top right corner of the screen. So without any further ado, let us put Circle of Shadow Kitana to the test. Circle of Shadow Kitana, guys, or as I love calling her, Catwoman Kitana, was released on the 28th of January 2016 for the price of 390 souls in the old store, and in update 2.0 she was promoted to Diamond. So let's check out her stats. Her attack is 49,896, this is the 14th highest in the game. The hit points are 82,176, which is the 31st highest in the game. The toughness is 54,432, which is the 4th highest in MK Mobile. And the recovery is 61,614, which is, attention, the highest in the game. And by the way, this will come in handy when it comes to her passive, but we are going to get to that later. The power generation, unfortunately, is just 100%. So for her stats, Circle of Shadow Kitana is going to get 20.3 out of 28 possible points. Special one of Kitana, guys, is called Vortex, and in my opinion this is the bread and butter of the character. You have to use her special one as many times as possible, of course. When it comes to the details about this special ability, first of all, it is blockable, it can be blocked by the opponent. It has Weaken as debuff, which is not the best but definitely not the worst debuff in the game. It can be cast from distance, however you have to keep in mind that it often gets blocked after combo enders. Even though it looks like it won't get blocked, at the end it gets. In addition, the special attack is lethal, it consists of only one mini hit and it has the multi-tap circle as mini game. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of the ability is 20,417, which ranks the 14th in the game. The maximum damage is 40,834, which is the 11th highest in MK Mobile. Once again, special one of Kitana can be completely blocked by the opponent. It has Weaken as debuff, it can be cast from distance, it is lethal, it consists of only one mini hit and it has the multi-tap circle as minigame. So for a special one, Kitana is going to get 9.6 out of 13 possible points. Special 2 of Kitana, guys, is not bad, but in 95% of the cases you won't be using it because her special 1 is pretty decent as well. What you need to know about her special 2 is that first, it is again completely blockable by the opponent, it has Fear as debuff, which is one of the worst debuffs in the game. I will admit that at certain situations it may be priceless, but in the general case it's not that useful. In addition, the special attack can be cast from distance, even though the first mini hit misses, but it doesn't really deal any damage anyway, so this is not a big deal. The special attack is lethal, it consists of 3 mini hits and it has a single tap rectangle as mini game. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of the ability is 53,085, which is the 8th highest in the game, and the maximum damage is 104,128, which is the 7th highest in MK Mobile. So when it comes to damage, this is a pretty great special attack. Once again, the ability can be completely blocked by the opponent. It has Fear as debuff, it can be cast from distance, it is lethal, it consists of 3 mini attacks, and it has a single tap rectangle as minigame. So for her special 2, Catwoman Kitana is going to get 11.7 out of 19 possible points. The Xray of Kitana, guys, is called Slice and Dice, and it is just another Kitana's Xray, nothing special about it. It has Blind as debuff, which is not really great, but at the same time it can be cast from distance, so this is something good. When it comes to damage, the damage of the Xray is 128,629, which is the 9th highest in the game. Once again, the Xray has Blind as debuff and it can be cast from distance. So for her third special attack, Catwoman Kitana is going to get 3.2 out of 4 possible points, and the total amount of points she gets for her special attacks adds up to 24.5 out of 36 possible. The basic attacks of Circle of Shadow Kitana, guys, are strange. This is the best word to describe it. Strange. First of all, the hitting speed is not really fast. She is not really a fast puncher, and she has wide gaps between her basic attacks. However, her chaining is not bad. She's pushing opponents back if they're blocking, and quite honestly, her combo enders are pushing the enemies away, far away from her, which is at one point is good, but at the same time, as I mentioned, even if they're pushed away, they are going to still block your special 1 or special 2 if you decide to unleash it immediately after combo ender, and this is a huge drawback. And to be honest, Circle of Shadow Kitana excels at cancelling combo enders. I'm not kidding, just try it guys. She has almost perfect chaining if you are cancelling each and every one of her combo enders. It's something that you don't see in a lot of characters. So with all that said, I'll be giving her 7.7 out of 10 possible points for her basic attacks. She has good but strange basic attacks, and probably to take you some time until you get used to it. The passive of Catwoman Kitana, guys, is called Revenant Servant, and here it is what it does. I quote: "After defeating an opponent, Kitana enslaves the victim to fight for her once per match. The enslaved character does not have their passive ability or equipment, but has 50% of their health. Bosses are immune. If Kitana has 2 Circle of Shadow teammates, she can use her passive twice. Kitana gains 25% lethal blow chance against opponent affected by weakened Circle of Shadow characters are immune to fear, and of course, Circle of Shadow characters do 10% more damage versus Strike Force characters." Wow, 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 that was long. Okay, let's start this time from the end, and let's discuss the fear immunity thing. Now, this is the worst thing that you can have in your passive, because let's face it, if fear works, this means that you haven't blocked the special attack, which means that you're going to take a lot of damage and probably will be very, very wounded, which means that I would love to get feared away so that I can preserve my character. So I don't want to have fear immunity. It is that simple. And when it comes to the lethal blow chance after successful weaken, I would say that's pretty cool. This was, by the way, her buff after the day 3.0, and I would say it's pretty nice. It turns her into a valuable fighter, because it's really easy with her to spend special 1 and keep the enemy weakened. Not only they're going to deal less damage to you, but you'll be dealing more damage to them, and I would say that's pretty awesome as well. And finally, guys, we got to the bread and butter of the character. The thing that she enslaves whoever she kills, and she makes him or her fight for her with 50% of their health. That's pretty awesome. Before update 3.0 it wasn't that great, because in my case it was slowing me down, but now everything is different because we have survival mode, and this is pretty awesome considering the fact that Kitana has the highest base recovery in the game. Once she enslaves somebody, you can just try to kill the entire enemy team with this Revenant Servant, and while the servant is fighting for you, Kitana is going to regenerate tons of HP. Not only Kitana, the other 2 characters of your team won't be fighting, right? So they'll be regenerating health as well. So even if we say that recovery is still not that great, it is better than before, but not that great. I mean, having somebody to fight for you for, let's say, 30 or 40 seconds, if you manage to keep him alive for that long, it will be always beneficial because you'll be generating health. And there is another interesting thing about Kitana's passive. It is said that it doesn't really have, the character that you enslave doesn't have his passive. This is partially true, and I'm not convinced whether the thing what I'm going to review is a bug or this is supposed to work like this, but sometimes when you enslave a character, for example, assassin character, in this particular case I'm enslaving Assassin Jade and I have Assassin Kitana in my team. For some weird reason, Assassin Kitana will gain the evasion chance of Assassin Jade. It sounds crazy, but currently you can see it. My Assassin Kitana shouldn't be invading because Assassin Jade is not a part of my team. I enslaved her and then I let her go, but somehow my Assassin Kitana evades. By the way, special thanks to Alex for this. He was the guy who enlightened me on this, I don't know, issue bug, or whether it is a part of the game and it is I don't know, intended to work like this. I think it's a bug because I tested it on MK11 Sub-Zero, didn't work. I tested it on MK11 Jade, didn't work. For example, my Scorpion didn't start healing from fire even after I enslaved MK11 Jade, so I had no clue what's going on here, but I decided that it's important to share this with you. So at the end of the day, guys, I really consider that Catwoman Kitana has very, very useful passive, especially now after update 3.0, so I'll be giving her 18.5 out of 20 possible points. She's just a Netherrealm character, so she gets 1 point for classes and 0 points for tagging attack. Okay guys, what do you think about Circle of Shadow Kitana, or once again Catwoman Kitana? Now, to be honest, before update 3.0 when she was buffed, I didn't like her at all. I considered her one of the bottom tier diamonds because her passive was useless and it was only slowing me down. In general, she could do pretty good job, but there were much better characters than her. However, after update 3.0 and after the implementation of survival mode, the tables have turned. Now Kitana is one of the best characters in the game. And the reason for it is pretty simple. She does more damage and she is very useful in survival mode, as we already discussed, thanks to her passive, thanks to the fact that while the enslaved guy is fighting, she regenerates health and the entire team regenerates health. So that's pretty cool. She's a very useful character, so she deserves 2 of my 3 subjective points. And with my 2 subjective points, guys, she's going to score 75.1, and we can label her as a great character. In fact, on our rankings, she's currently 24th, just above Strikeforce Cassie Cage and just below Black Dragon Tremor. Once again, Circle of Shadow Kitana, final verdict, a great character. Circle of Shadow Kitana, guys, is not the best opener, definitely she's not the worst opener, but still, if you have better options, consider them, because she's kind of, let's say it this way, she's a decent starter but nothing special, and there are always better characters than her when it comes to being the best opener for your team. Now, when it comes to the characters that she counters, I would say that she's pretty awesome against MK11 Cabal. She is also pretty good against Combat Cup Sonya, because Sonya can give actually red card to the Revenant Servant. However, Combat Cup Sonya can be also very good against Kitana, because she can use the red card on Kitana, so for the rest of the match Kitana will be kind of useless. And when it comes to the characters that in generally counter her, I would say that she's very bad against Disablers and characters that can save other or resurrect other characters, such as Strikeforce Scorpion, such as MK11 Sub-Zero, such as Warlock Quan Chi, and so on and so on. You got the idea. Okay guys, we got to the items. For this section I will be pretty short. When I play Circle of Shadow Kitana, I always give her her Bladed Fan. It is a must. She requires this Block Breaker. Also, she has a chance to heal on Special 1, and you should spam Special 1 of Kitana all the way. And of course she reflects damage, and this is the reason why I also give her Bloody Shotgun Armor, because she can reflect a lot of damage by blocking, trust me guys. And the other 2 items that I usually give her, of course here we exclude the tower equipments, because not many people have them. So the next 2 equipments will be Shotgun Helmet, which is almost a must on any fighter, and Bloody Voodoo Doll. Okay guys, we go to the teams. Now this is my favorite section, because Circle of Shadow Kitana is part of probably the funniest team in the game, and this team consists of Melina, Classic Melina, Circle of Shadow Kitana, and Reg Devora. Point being, if any of those girls kill any of the opponents, something good happens. If Devora kills him, the enemy team will be poisoned for good. If Kitana kills him, you're going to get the Revenant Servant. If Melina kills whoever is standing, all the other tagged out teammates and Melina herself will be healed. So in general, one of the best teams in the game. If not the best, then definitely the funniest. And when it comes to the characters that she can be teamed inside the Circle of Shadow team, then I would say she's pretty good with Circle of Shadow Sub-Zero and Circle of Shadow Liu Kang. This is one of the best teams in the game. Okay guys, Circle of Shadow Kitana, what do you think of her? Do you like her? Do you dislike her? Please let me know in the comments. Once again, she scored 75.1 and we labeled her as a great character. As usual guys, if you want to see more reviews, you can find the playlist on the top right corner of the screen. And if you want to know which is the next on-demand review coming in next week, I'm going to give you a hint. It is Circle of Shadow Jax. See you next time guys. Take care and stay safe.
My fury is unrelenting.
Outstanding.
Perfect.